not starting in the ruck.
Govern's gone back to Davis.
Brooks is on the wing against Menzies. So there you go. Start of the second term. Thomson, 5-1-31. Winch, 3 behinds. Bowles gets it down towards Casey, who taps it on. Bowles with a fresh air shot off the ground. Racy through the middle. Gets it away. Budavalis at half-back. Tried to handball it backwards into the pack. Now they come out the back and get it away. Williams gets the kick. Wiseman from behind, punched away. Holwell on hands and knees. Leaves it in the end for Egan to get a kick away. High kick towards the centre. Casey kept his eye on the footy, and then he's trying to get rid of it. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Very good dead fish impersonation there as he tried to get rid of the football. John O'Casey on the ground, flapping away. So Bowles goes up. Mason through the middle to Santo. Budavalis, handball chopped off by Casey. Thought about the handball, but he turns around, kicks the ball nicely to Kittle. Took the mark inside the centre square. Wants to move it on quickly. Goes with the right foot kick out wide. McLeod gives him a lead. He goes up. Jacko, easy. That's way too easy. Way too easy.
He put his body in a beautiful position and gave the defender no chance.
He was always going to mark it. Jacko.
Yep. And don't underestimate the kick. It was right out in front of him where he could do that. Beautiful football, Jake Kittle.
So Jackson McLeod from about 40. Slide angle. We're going to have a great look at it here. Going towards the John Mitchell goals. The eastern end of the ground.
Right hand post, let the wind do the rest.
He's kicked. He's Jane Bunn. Don't know what's going on there. Right foot kick. He's pushed it to the far side. Hasn't made the distance. Off hands towards the pocket. Kittle might kick the goal in the end. He picks it up.
Might give it back to Jacko.
He's wrapped up. The umpire says, punts. I want a bit more action from that umpire. That's not a very good punts. He just stood there and did that. Warland. He runs into some trouble. He's still got the footy in hand. Now he goes to the right foot kick wide, and Wall plucks it and takes the mark. 55 out, wheels and goes, back inboard, terrible kick. Falls back towards Williams, who can get it for Winch. Will see, goes wide, and they've got a bit of time now. They chip the ball. Dangerous kick place, made it better than it was. Got it at half-back, now he gives it back inboard. Alice from centre half-back towards the middle. Carahar comes up, takes the mark. In the middle, this is better from Winch, controlling the football. He needs something to kick to now. Goes along with the kick towards Ford, who's got the sit, goes up, takes. That's great play by Ford and great play by Winchell. So they move the ball nicely there from half-back, and Will Ford will shoot for goal from 35 out, 45-degree angle.
But they've got to get a goal out of it.
They do.
The worst thing you can possibly happen is to run the ball up the ground beautifully like they did and then miss the goal because you just deflate yourself. He kicks this goal, and they just say, hey, we can do this.
So Will Ford, who has kicked 2 of the 3 Winchelsea behinds so far this afternoon, needs to put this on the board at the city end. He comes in, right foot kick. Helicopter Kernahan kicks.
Bloody missed it.
And he hit the post. So he has 3 behinds. Winch have 4 behinds. And they trail Thomson 5-1-31. Commonafine Hotel second quarter scoreboard. And we have been playing 3 minutes.
Hit the wrong button, Jace. Ball back into the goal square.
You build him up for the clock and he forgot to put it on.
Hodgson does nicely. He gets the ball back and he goes back to where it came from again. So Tunbridge and Hodgson just building a few stats down there in the defensive end. They
bring on a fortnight's time.
Bring the ball back towards centre wing in front. Good work there. Budavalis, front position. Can't take the mark. Fed it back inside. Picking up the ball, or didn't pick the ball up, was Brooks. It picked up by Menzies. I think he threw it out there, umpire on the blind side. Davis back in over the top of the ball. He is tackled, and no ball is going to come out of that contest, so we're going to have a throw-in to take place. Well, those blokes just needed the ground. Then he was going to get a free kick. Ball in the contest. Brooks gets the handball out the back. Ends up there in the hands of Teller. Ellis goes on the left boot into the half-forward line. Picked up there. Ball is Carahar. Sits over the top of it. He's forced the ball out. Goes towards the pocket. And it's going to be a throw-in to take place in the forward pocket. Bowles doing the ruck work. Carahar looks like he's doing the ruck work on the forward line now. For the Winchelsea side, ball thrown back in. Bowles, good position, taps it down the front, picks up hands of Maguire, goes back towards centre wing. McLeod doesn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground, goes towards centre wing. Again, ball is picked up there. Well, that's definitely gone over the boundary line. Westwood's trying to sell the umpire. But he still had it inside, but it's going to go back to the umpire now, just on centre wing here.
He don't like many people, this Freeman, does he? He's having to go on a few of them.
A ball now thrown back in the contest. Ball went out the back, ends up in the hands there of Hodgson. Little side step on the left boot, but ball didn't travel too far. Picked up by Wall, got the handball away to the Sando. His handball was ineffective. Umpire said it wasn't even a handball. So
I thought it was
going to go to Ellis now. So Ellis, they're working a little bit harder now around the contest. Winch will see they go towards centre half forward. Wall doesn't take the mark, but just plants a nice place kick and goes back towards the boundary
50
line.
metres.
Just about. And it's the best drop kick we've seen all day. He grub, and the ball's gone over the boundary line to be thrown back in. As Book hands the ball back to the umpire.
Do they get anything for a field goal here? I don't know if he kicks one of them straight.
3 points. Thrown back in by the umpire once again. Game Bowles gets the ball down, picked up, kicked away. There's a free kick.
I'm going to say they've missed it in the
late,
back there.
Reese Hole, the recipient of the free kick, goes towards centre wing. Kick, nicely weighted. Mark taken out there by McLeish.
But they got it right. That's the main thing.
So McLeish now with the ball, centre wing. Running very close to the boundary line there. Puts it into the half-forward line.
Oh, that's a
Now
free
kick. This time again. Going to Sterling of Winchelsea. So Sterling now is going to look for his option. He's going to go backwards. Jai Price in his position to move the ball across the ground now. Kick had to be good and was.
It's on here. Freeman again. And they've had enough of him. He's had to go out that many blokes. They've all jumped on him.
So there's a free kick across the ground. Now there's going to be 50 metres.
And another one.
He's going to get 100 now. So
Get him
they
off the
take him from the half-back line to the half-forward line.
Now Gubbins has gone over and given him a bit of a clap. I'd say, Freeman, just come off, have a bit of a spell. Just calm down a bit because you're costing your side.
He should be well inside 50, I reckon, shouldn't he? He's got 100 metres.
Oh, look at that.
He turned the ball over. He called.
Look at that.
He didn't even set the mark, had he?
No, he was breathing.
Doesn't matter.
no.
So John O'Casey's got the ball now, and he goes back the other way towards McLeod, puts his hand up. Govern's got the ball to ground. Kale comes across. He can't take it cleanly. McLeod ducks, gets out of trouble.
He
Was
got it
taken
high. Don't worry about that.
And he'll win a free kick just inside forward 50 for the Thomson side. Distance probably just going to test him a little. That kick wasn't that flash. Ball is intercepted there. Picked up by Ramos. Goes back towards centre wing. Goes and will find Ford. Steps back on the left boot. Looks across the ground. It was a good look because he's found Sawney. So Sawney now a little bit of space. Taking some time. Still got the black and blue boots on. So he goes out wide. And the mark is taken out there. McClure on the left boot. Goes towards Wall and he's up. But Bowles just sitting back in the hole. Takes the mark. So Alex Bowles now to take some pressure off the defence. Look to go back to the far side of the ground and goes that direction. Tunbridge in the back pocket. Takes the mark. Chips over the top. Howell in space by himself. Can continue. Handball's over the top. Handball didn't hit the target. Westwood runs onto it. Picks it up. Gets himself out of trouble. Went back to Howell. Fed the handball back inside. And again, they work the ball through McLeod. Goes back to Howell. Has Wiseman in some space. That's in half back now across the ground to Wall. And he can run if he gets it and goes. And he does. Being chased down from behind, but he's got enough pace to go into the forward line. Goes looking for, but will not find. And the man that takes the mark is Williams. So Williams now brings it back towards Sawney. He's up. Good spoil from Wall. Ball gets out the back. Picked up there. Handball goes back and picked up. Egan couldn't take it on the half volley. Kick off the ground was okay. Sawney runs onto it. He's met by Bowles. Handball from McLeish. Goes to Wiseman. Steps in and out of traffic. Does that nicely and looks up and goes towards the centre half forward position. Mark not taken. Budavalis out the back. Handball's over the top. Goes to Wallen. Under a bit of pressure. He's got options out wide and we'll find McClure there once again on centre wing. So McClure handballs over the top to Ramos. He's into the forward line. Kick wasn't good. And again, Jacker for Thomson picks the ball up. Goes to Wiseman. Wiseman back to Tunbridge. And he now steadies himself. Has an option out wide, but the ball will go out of bounds. Yes, it will. And will be thrown in on the far side of the ground. So at 5-1-31, the Thomson side, Winchelsea are 4 behinds. We have gone 9 minutes, second quarter.
Is that a case with Wiseman? You blokes are having all the fun. Let me have some.
He's just taking it out of him. So boundary throwing, outer side, centre wing. Mason Bowles. Bowles gets it to the front of the pack. Howell around the corner. Kick nicely towards the boundary line. Freeman put the pressure on Budavalis. And umpire is just going to, I tell you, he's going to pick him for everything today now, Freeman. He's picked him for a push there. And it will be
don't think they know that they've won a free kick here anyway, so. It is a free kick.
Yeah, it
isn't
is. Yeah. Pointed that way for Winch will see. So Kale will go short.
Billy's on the boil.
Collins go. Geez, what's going on over there? Afternoon cuppa. Now Winch go backwards. Right towards the goal square. Sterling goes back to whence it came. Oh, was that the don't argue? The umpire's got no idea what's he going to do. He's just going to hold it up.
Well, it wasn't high. No.
Wasn't it?
Nope. Chest, I think.
Kale. He handballs it to Williams in the opposite back pocket. Now handballs it back to Kaylee Bale, or Bailey Kale. Depends on what Dale wants him to know today. Wall had it, lost it. Warland over the top of it. Blind turn himself, got it away. Now it's filled towards Egan. Now Gardner to Wall, working in the telephone box. Warland gets it away towards half forward. Ford goes up against a couple. Wiseman tapped it nicely to Hobble. Reese puts his head over the footy, as you would expect.
Would you?
Well, yeah, sometimes. And the pack develops. The umpire, come in and make a decision, for God's sake. Meeson now gets the kick out to space in the centre of the ground. Hodgson backs himself. A little left foot kick was beautiful to Jacko. McLeod takes it away.
Oh, that's 50. That's 50, umpire. You must pay. You've got to pay 50 for that.
Oh, oh, no way. McLeod. High kick. Mark that. Goes up. Davis from behind this time can't take the mark. And the ball held up at centre half forward for Thomson.
Well, let's just paint the picture. He's taken the mark, and the bloke on the mark has got there late, grabbed him.
Tackled him for half an hour.
And dragged him about 8 or 9 metres forward. That has to be 50, doesn't it?
And then ripped the ball out of his hand.
Ball up, centre half forward. Mason gets it down, tapped on by Carahart, goes out. Now Menzies comes off the wing, but he leaves it behind. He can't get it. And Carahart followed it up and got it out to Sprigg on centre wing for Winchelsea. Goes with a right foot kick to half forward. They're in trouble here, though, because Wiseman comes across, but he dropped the mark. Oh, the don't argue from Joey again, and then he wrapped up. There's a punce.
Well, you're gone.
And that's a terrible punce from the umpire. I'm going down during the week for this. They're not puncing it properly. And Wiseman takes the free kick at half back.
But they're getting them right, Chase.
They are, but I just want to see a bit more theatre in them. Left foot right towards centre wing with the Wiseman kick, finds McLeod. He goes around the corner towards half forward. Kale comes out.
Great mark.
Does nicely. Read it the better. Wants to switch the play. And
there's got to be someone there if you want to do that.
He handballs it back. Sterling has to
they're
go
in
wide
trouble
to
there.
Budavalis. Gardner does well, gets a hand to it. Needs to try and tap it on. Budavalis did nicely. Handball, though, missed the target. It might be okay. McLeish got taken off the ball. Bennett gets the clearing kick towards half forward. That's a hold. Brooks. Oh, gee whiz, I tell you, tough. Wiseman at the back, chips the footy short towards Holwell again. Taps it between his knees.
Tunnel
to
ball.
Jacker. Now he goes from centre wing to half forward with a tumbling punt. Davis, he can't take it. At the back, Kittle runs into places, tackle, and he held up, and the umpire will come in and ball it up 50 out from the Thomson goal. 5-1-31, the Tigers, no addition to the quarter-time score. Winchelsea 4 behind. 13 played, second term.
They could have been a bit unlucky. I think he was holding young Ford there. I just reckon he could have got one if he was lucky, but no, not this time.
So the ball thrown up in the half-forward line. McLeish quickly on the boot, goes into the forward line, but Sterling read that nicely and takes the mark. Handballs out to the back pocket. Gubbins is there, and he now transfers play towards centre wing. Bit too much on the kick. Egan's going to lead in the race for the ball and gets there. Handballs back inside to McLeod, looking for the 1-2. Not too sure. He runs himself over the boundary line. Umpire says there's going to be a throw to take place now. Far side of the ground. Wiseman and Jack are both looking for some options to come off the ground, I think. They were a bit weary after that little run of ball down that end of the ground, and it's going to be Bowles doing the ruck work. Meeson gets his hand in again to the front of the contest, coming through Egan, got the handball away. McLeish, he couldn't pick it up. Meeson's doing his own work at the ground level now, picks it up and kicks back into the half-forward line, goes towards Fammer. He can't take the ball. Tunbridge out the back. Running option is Jacker. Goes from centre half back and straight down the ground he goes. Kick towards Kittle. He couldn't take it cleanly. Menzies neither. Picked up by Price on the left boot, and he goes forward, and that's a nice kick. Mark is taken, goes back by hand to Budavalis. Little short kick into the forward line. Poor. The ball has been turned over once again. The mark has been taken there by Sammy Jacker.
Perceived pressure, that's called.
So Jacker now looking to come along the boundary line. Back towards Davis. Ball, Gubbins. The ball push outs from Davis there by the looks of things. It's either Gubbins or
Well, to me,
Sterling.
that's -1. I'm buggered if I saw anything there.
So the kick goes short and into the middle of the ground. Marcus taken out there by Williams, got the handball away, goes to Harding. Harding across the ground. Cale takes the mark and from the inside defensive 50, looks short. Kick was okay. Mark was taken, handball outside. And it goes to Meeson. He goes wider. That was okay also. So they've moved it to Ramos. His kick inside has missed the target. Bowles. Oh, down like a rover. Picks the ball
Look
up.
at the pace,
Long
Bowlesy.
handball over the top. Missed the target. Coming through Spriggs. Got the handball over the top. Went to Ford. No, it wasn't. It was Price. Price kicked the ball to Bennett. Bennett goes forward. And the marker's going to be taken out there by DeSanto, just filling some space.
They're just shell-shocked. They just can't find teammates anywhere.
They've been able to hold them up, Grub, but they can't
Yeah,
score.
that's all they can do, though.
Yeah, McLeish now on the half-back line. He's got the ball and he's going to come back inside towards Egan again. Bit of possession football. Across the ground they can come again. Maguire, I think, is in the goal square. Yes, it is. So he can bring it to the clubroom side. He has two options, but he goes back the other way again. Marcus taken out there. McLeish. Back pocket. So a little bit of possession football now. McLeish not too sure where he's going to go, but he's going to have to kick it because the umpire says it's play on. Goes outside 50, far side of the ground. Mark will be taken. No, it's not. Picked up Meeson. Little chip off the boot. Was going to go heavy, but then just chipped it out in front. DeSanto, nice clean pick up. Gives it into the hands of Westwood. And he goes out wide. Nice weighted kick. Went to his brother. And it's picked up, and he now goes quickly. Out the back is Kittle, and in the pocket he'll take the mark. So where's the next option? Or does he just go for goal? So Kittle looks back inside. McLeod was one there. Westwood's also there. And Menzies back a bit further if he wants to go back. But Jakey Kittle says, I'm going to take it upon myself to go back and kick towards goal.
Well, I thought the Thomson blokes were back a little bit quicker than the Winch blokes, and I thought there was probably 2 or 3 options in, but Jakey reckons he can do it.
So Kittle from in front of the scoreboard here at the ground. Comes in, kicks towards goal, and he likes it.
That's
straight
why.
through the middle. He's first of the afternoon, gives Thomson the 6th, and they're 6-1. Lead Winchelsea on 4 behinds. We have gone almost 14, we've gone almost 17 minutes. Second quarter, Gdfl Hotel, second quarter scoreboard.
I think part of the difference in the game, too, is in that first quarter when there was no one up in the forward line, when the ball come back, Thomson were first back. I think, all right, what do you call it? A roll and press or whatever that rubbish you call it now. But that's no good if no one gets back. But in this quarter, when that's happened, the Thomson blokes have been back. He had 3 or 4 options that time, Jake Kittle, but he believed he could kick it from the boundary line, and that's exactly what he did. And that's all confidence. And at the moment, at 6-1 to 4 points, they don't look like a contender to me at the moment. Things have got to change. Mind you, they've got 10, 11, 12 weeks for them to change. But
Back in the middle. Mason gets it down. Howell. Nice handball to DeSanto, who got it out the back quickly. Towards Casey. Now they go to centre wing. As a hold, holding the ball, said the umpire. So free kick, Banfield for Thomson, centre wing. Oh, kicks it in the man on the mark. That was terrible. And they turn the ball over. Sprigg handballs it back. Go through the middle. Dangerous kick to Bennett. And through the middle, Williams. He had it, lost it, and got the tackle. Spriggs wrapped up. Holwell puts the tackle on, holding the ball. Got real work on that punts with that young umpire there. He needs a bit more work on that. Called play on too then.
well, he played on, Reece.
Okay, so Banfield, he tried to get rid of it as well. Now Gardner, now the hold. So now Thompson's going to get the free kick and they might just settle it down this time. Take their time. Reece says, just take it easy. So now he's got it back into the centre square. Terrible kick off the boot by the coach. Drag himself.
I think we got back to the 2s next week, Reece.
Yeah, back to the 2s. And that's out of bounds for a throw in. Centre wing on the outer side.
I know these days you get played at all costs, but sometimes it's just better to steady.
Mason from the ruck contest. Sprague. Ball still in dispute. Kick off the ground by Bowles. Hit Banfield in the back, and it came back to him in the end as well. Handball to the side. Holwell. That's better. Hodgson on his right side for the left. He kicks it around the corner. High kick. Wall comes at it. Kept his eye on it. Couldn't take the mark. Coming there, Davis to put the tackle on. He did pretty well because he stood off the tackle long enough not to give a high tackle, and that has to be something. Oh, lucky, I reckon, Winch there. Held on to it for a very long time. So ball up, 50 out from the Thomson goal. Carahar it was getting up at the end. So ball up Bowles. Oh, Hodgson roves it from the boundary line. Left foot kick to the top of the square.
Oh, no.
And I think Davis,
no.
Davis had kicked the ball out of midair and it was just touched on the line. So one behind to Thomson. They go to 6-2-38. Lead Winch 4 behinds. Commodore Hotel, second quarter scoreboard 20 played.
Dangerous kick, but it's come off because Stirling has taken the mark, and he now from inside defensive 50 goes out wide. Budavalis is up. He takes the mark this time outside the 50. Handballs back inside, ends up in the hands of Meeson, looking for some options, goes over the top. Carahar runs from centre wing and kicks long into the half-forward line. Ford's in front. Jacker works his way to that position, picked up, cleaned up, and they work their way from Egan. Goes across the ground, dangerous kick, but Tunbridge in a space all on his own out there. He's got plenty of time to pick the ball up. Menzies is the next one around the boundary line. Kick was again poor, and Warren just rambles in and takes the mark, and he will look to go back into their forward line and goes quickly towards a full forward position. Forward up, spoil from behind. Front of the contest, it's Kelly that's there, and there's a free kick being awarded. It's going Winchelsey's way. And it will go to
Joey Femmer.
Joey Femmer, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And here comes their first goal.
You would hope, Grub, from 20 metres out, almost directly in front.
Oh, even you wouldn't miss it with your bad knees.
No, you're probably right, Grub. So Femmer now, a big opportunity for the Winchelsea side to kick there first at the 21st minute mark of the second quarter. Comes in, kicks a goal, looks okay, looks very nice off the boot and straight through the middle. So they have their first Winchelsea side, they're 1-4. They trailed Thomson on 6-2. As I said, we have gone 21 and a half minutes. Second quarter, Commodore Hotel, second quarter scoreboard.
Well, it's always great to get your first goal. You just hope that you don't do it in the 21st minute mark of the second quarter, unfortunately. But look, they have lifted their game in this quarter. And I think what Brendan Forsman's done, they're playing the same game. If you're getting beaten, play your way and hope you come good. You change your ways and you're in trouble. So that's what's been winning them games from so far. They're still taking those risky little kicks, and they are a risk. And when you do that, you're a chance to get beaten by a lot of goals if they don't come off. But you've got to get your confidence, and you've got to keep playing like you're playing and hopefully make a bit of a dent in the scoreboard, because even though they've been completely outplayed, they're only 28 points down. 2 goals before half-time. And, you're back into just, 14 points, 12 points, and all of a sudden you think, how are they in the game? But they are.
Back to the middle. Brooks in the ruck now against Davis, the 2 number 8s. Fammer, the last goal scorer. Oh, that's kicking in danger.
Oh.
Yep, so free kick to PJ. Handballs it to Hodgson, who runs off half-back. Drives it long with a left foot kick. Inside 50. Good mark, Wall. And has played more as a wingman on baller for the last 12, 18 months, but looks to have gone back up forward.
Well, he was always a little bit.
And he
of
was
a
forward.
worry.
It was forward at West, wasn't he? When he played there.
But he did play a lot of footy off the half back line. But his disposal sometimes let him down, so that's probably why they've moved him up forward.
So Brendan Wall, 45 out, right foot kick. Has it got the distance? I don't think so. I think it's touched. 3-4, 1 behind. So they go to 6-3-39. Thomson, which will see 1-4-10. 23 and a half played. Carl kicks it in short. Harding takes the mark. Chips it out further. Carahar takes it in front of the scoreboard. Called to play on now. He just chips the ball short. Oh, Kale. Oh. Called the mark. He dropped the mark. Lucky. So Barley Kale called to play on now. Oh, no, nowhere to go. Danger. Handballs it back. Throw, said the umpire. Thought he handballed it.
Well,
back to
it's
Gullens.
too far for me to see.
Anyway, Banfield's got the free kick. We'll shoot for goal from 30 out.
We don't want to give 50 away here, boys. Just take it easy.
You paid your parking tickets, Grub?
Me parking tickets.
Yeah, the cops are here. He's
Oh.
missed it, Banfield. Lights are blaring down the other end. No, it's okay. Just showing the kids. You're right, Grub.
It'll be Menzies, probably.
So, behind to Thomson. Banfield missed it. 6-4-40. Winch 1-4-10. Short kick Moreland into the back pocket. Might get it back here. And he will. So the outer side goes to half-back. Gubbins can't take the mark off his hands. Spilled over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in 50 around from the Thomson goal. 25 played, second term. Thomson 6-4-40. Winch 1-4-10.
Davis, 2-8's doing the ruck work here. Davis and Brooks. Davis running in front position. Ball goes to front of the contest. Picked up. Handball a little bit strong. Umpire said there was a throw there. So Winchelsea with the free kick. Going to Ramos. Ramos got the running player in Bailey Cale. He drops the ball again. Got the handball back to Ramos and he just dropped the ball again. So picked up or tried to be picked up on the far side. John O'Casey got the handball away. Ends up in the hands there of Banfield. Tries to force his way through the contest. Umpire says, well, let him go. And now a number of players converge on the ball, and there's going to be a ball up to take place in between centre wing and half forward. Thomson's attacking end of the ground. So Brooks doing the work out there. Again, Davis gets the ball down. Clearance is not getting outside the contest, and the umpire will come back in and try once again. We said Winchels have been able to stop the flow but unable to score themselves. Ball comes out of the contest this time. Spriggs runs onto the ball, handballs over the top to Sawney. Sawney back to Spriggs. Spriggs heard the voice out wide and went in that direction. Went looking for Williams and the siren sounded. And at 26 minutes of the second quarter, it will be Thomson going in at half-time at 6 goals 4. Winchelsea are 1-4. Goal kicks at this stage of the day are Jackson McLeod and Dan Freeman, both with 2, one each to Kittle and Davis, and Joey Fama as the only goal scorer for the Winchelsea Blues.
Thomson 6-4-40. They lead Winchelsea 1-4-10 at half-time. We'll take a break. Come back second half.